Welcome to the Open Mic Podcast. Today, as always, me and Jason. Say what's up, Jason.
What's up, Jason?
And we also have with us Tom Murphy, very funny comedian and friend of mine. Say what's up, Tom.
Hey, how are you?
Pretty good, man. Glad you came out. Thanks for coming, making the trek in this pandemic. I think you'll be fine. You look like you can ward off any disease that comes at you.
I imagined a Waka Waka following right behind that real quick. You just kind of did that.
That's a hard W. That's racist against Muppets, man. You can't. I don't know. Which Muppet would you be if you had to be a Muppet?
The Corona times, was there a T-cell Muppet?
Yeah, it's Beaker.
Okay,
That's
I gotta go with that.
Yeah, I would imagine Beaker. I'm sure you get that, right? You
I've
look
got
like Beaker.
Yeah,
You got
well,
Beaker a lot. Yeah.
yeah.
You look like a mixture of like Beaker and like a Rick and Morty character. Like, I don't know. Like your friend Wayne. I know your friend Wayne. He's also with us. That's Squanchy right there. I don't even watch Rick and Morty, but I know who Squanchy is, and he's definitely Squanchy.
Wayne likes to squanch. That's true.
He told me a story about how he stopped wearing shoes for 2 years. Like, and the way he was saying it was like everybody else was stupid. And not even that he didn't wear shoes for 2 years. Everywhere he went, he started ripping the collars off his shirts and tying them around his feet. I was like, who are you fooling? What do you gain from this, dude? But I love Wayne. Makes me laugh so hard. I love Wayne. That dude's crazy.
There was one time I was with Wayne. We just left a grocery store. Then he was barefoot, and we were out in the parking lot walking back to his apartment. And then I was like, "Dude, don't you worry about like there's like broken glass on the ground or something?" And he's like, "Oh, dude, there is broken glass. There is broken glass." And then he's like, "Look, there's broken glass over there." And then he went over. There's just like a busted bottle in the parking lot, and he just started walking all over it. He's like, "It's fine, man. It's fine. You do it often enough. You do it long. Your feet are fine. Your feet can handle glass, man." It's like, what do you think we did before? You don't think there was broken glass? We're like thousands of years. We didn't have fucking shoes. Like it's broken glass. Right?
Yeah, but that's why we invented the shoes, so we don't have to cut our feet up. I still like. What do you?
Yeah.
Well, I've seen enough episodes of Naked and Afraid to see that that's the first thing they do is they wrap like leaves and tie that shit around their feet and stuff, and they're like not trying to step on rocks and bugs and sharp things and all that. That's what I would do. I would fashion. So in the hood or in the neighborhood or in the whatever, how do you fashion shoes when you need them?
You can rip the collar off your shirt and wrap them around your feet.
Wow.
That's how you fool all the other idiots. The way he put it. I was just like, what do you gain? Like, what do you gain from fooling people thinking you have shoes on? Now you don't. Now you have a ripped collar. Now you just look like a maniac, dude.
And the cloth on your feet is bloody.
Yeah, from all the glass. Like, no, it's fine. I feel like you could shoot Wayne with a disease gun and he wouldn't budge an inch. Like, I feel like he would be fine. But enough about Wayne. He's not here. Fuck him. But,
Fuck you, Wayne.
So how long you been doing comedy?
It'll be 2 years in June.
2 years in June. Then you got to minus the Corona months out, and then there's a new average for everybody, pretty much. Where are you from originally? I don't know that much about you, and it's one of the reasons I wanted to have you on the podcast today to see if get to know you some, maybe be friends, hang out. I don't know. Maybe you got some tips. Maybe I got some secrets.
The only tip I had was about the shirt collar. That's really the only information that I have that's of any use to Wayne already.
Yeah.
Got you up to speed on that one.
So you're just regurgitating Wayne's lessons of life here? Okay.
That's all my act is. I don't even talk like this. I'm just doing Wayne.
Doing it for us.
Yeah. Until he starts doing comedy himself.
That's your first comedy album, Doing Wayne. No, doing. You got to be cool and drop the G.
Doing apostrophe.
But where are you from, Tom? Where did you grow up?
Originally from Dubuque, Iowa. Which
I would imagine something like Dubuque or some kind of one of those names. It's like pretty specific, but still no one knows where the fuck it is.
It's a great little town right on the Mississippi, right between Wisconsin, Illinois, Iowa border, and then moved around a lot growing up, mostly the Midwest, and then came to Texas in high school, and then came to Dallas like a couple years ago. Basically, right before I started here, came to Dallas.
I only think of two things when I think of Iowa. Obviously, one is corn, like the vegetable or whatever, the carb, and
the other one is
more keto.
The other one is huge cocks, right?
Is that the other
That's
thing
the
that you
right,
think of?
right?
Okay.
No, huge
people
cobs.
from there, right?
It's huge cobs. You've been spelling it wrong.
I think of Slipknot. Otherwise, Slipknot and corn.
Yeah, they're up there. Yeah.
Let me ask you this: being from Iowa, is there a whole lot of like people just like thrashing out, like having parties, rock type dudes? Like really like country folk that are really surprise you?
I'd say there's very much a maybe like I grew up with a certain amount of like a Beavis and Butthead kind of background, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people listening to kind of that sort of
Anthrax,
music,
something
yeah,
heavy.
getting,
I mean, just anything. Just
yeah,
rock out with your cock
yeah,
out. That kind
and
of shit.
trying to find actual Anthrax stuff off yourself because fucking Iowa.
And now, just question. I think I already know the answer, but did you come to Texas to get a tan on that fair skin of yours? Is that why you're here? Because the summers here must be brutal for you.
Yeah, no, I got an expiration date like tattooed on me when I got down here. That like the past 10 years, it's just I have skin cancer.
Yeah, and also the date was 10 years ago. You're like, yeah, you're past due. You're done, dude. Get out of here.
I was worried about this corona, and I'm just walking around with a shaved head. Like, what's the big deal? We're fine. Gotta die someday.
Yeah.
So we have the pleasure of being with you, being with all your gingerness. I'm compared to being a ginger sometimes. I don't know if you can believe that or not. And I sometimes I'm called a ginger. What does a ginger think of me being a ginger?
This is like, as a redhead, this is like our equivalent of like when a white guy's asking a black guy if it's cool for him to say the N-word.
Oh, gotcha. See,
if I drop the R, like I'm dropping the R, right? Like we're cool, right?
That shows how far removed I am from ginger culture. So I should not be accused anymore.
Get this fake ass G word the fuck out of my face. Get up out of here, fake ass ginger. He drops the R on that.
Ginger.
Fucking ginger. Look at this ginger motherfucker right now. I'm just playing. But that's why did you come to Texas besides to get that tan on your skin?
My dad got a job with HEB.
Oh, right on.
Nice.
Central
Market.
Grocery store.
That's a grocery store that is south of here, like from Waxahachie, and then on south to the rest of the state. They just don't have them up in Dallas, I don't think. Anyway.
Yeah, for some reason Dallas, I think, is the only.
There's only 2 HEBs I know of that are actually like up this way, but they call it something else though. It's like Central Market. They call it Central Market.
I thought Central Market was different, but
Central Market's
it's
HEB.
the same brand. They own it.
It is.
It's
an HEB Central Market.
I'm being ganged up on by 2 fucking gingers right now.
You better watch your shit,
There's
man.
2 gingers coming up on me on this grocery game.
We're gonna throw some freckles.
You're not rating the grocery industry quarterly? It's like, what the fuck?
We got a produce mobster in the fucking booth with us today. He's in here. He brought his own fucking cobs. He's calling it his cock. Look at this cob right here. Huh? I'm sorry, y'all. I've been watching a lot of Sopranos. I'm wearing a very loud shirt. If you guys can hear it, it's got tigers and shit all over it.
It's screaming at me.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of heavy breathing. There's an episode where Sil and Tony Soprano were standing next to each other, and it's just they're not talking, but you can hear Sil just, and Tony's just breathing out of his nose, just. And they haven't moved in 10 minutes, so I'm like, why is he? How many takes did they do? Like, are these guys actually out of breath, or is that the character that's out of breath? I don't get it. But yeah, also we're gonna do a new segment this week. It's got Mark Ruffalo and Janine Garofalo and what we call I can't even fucking do it. Ruffalo and Buffalo eating the muffalo. Fuck yeah, I got it all. Been practicing that all day. So, and we use ranch, not blue cheese. Also, that's not a real thing. I don't know. I just want to say that string of words right there. Say what you will. I don't care. But you have some. Thank you guys. I appreciate your fucking feedback on that joke.
No, you did real good on that one. That's real good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm cutting all your parts out of the audio whenever I put this episode up. Do you have any questions for Tom this week? You got any comedian questions, inquiries?
I've got some questions. Some are comedians, some are not. So how about this then? Being a comedian, would you rather be the funniest person in the room or the most intelligent?
I mean, it does work a little bit. You do look a little bit like my dad, which is nice because this is the kind of stuff that I've always, dreamed my dad to ask me. Like, as a comedian, Tom,
there you go.
As a real funny guy.
Get him to listen to this episode and subscribe. We need that extra listener. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm dropping dad bombs all the time here, bro.
Is it because you finally want your dad to see you as a comedian for once, and not someone who just goes to open mic and borrows gas money? No, but
you're ruining his game right there if Dad's listening, okay?
Dad just doesn't think I'm funny, so he's always like, have you thought about writing? Maybe you write for somebody. Maybe you do that. Like, you write, and then they do.
He sounds real supportive, though.
Yeah. So, I thought, like, none of my material is strong enough not to work without a ba-ba-ba voice saying it, and so... I'm a fucking Muppet Dad.
Well, somebody has to fill that void. I mean, don't you think? I mean, there is a space to fill.
Yeah, I always say there's not enough dudes around with trumpet voices. No, you make me like genuinely laugh sometimes on stage though, and that's like some of the like I've seen so many classes of comics come through and quit. Some stay, some don't. just in the 5 years I've done it. But like from your class, you're one of the like more original or funnier ones. I think is really funny. Like I've talked about you to other people, mostly talking shit about you. But in my mind, I was like, I kind of like him though. But no, I think you're definitely funny. But
We didn't actually get an answer though.
Wait, what was the question?
Would you rather be the funniest person in the room, or would you rather be the most intelligent?
Oh, probably the funniest. Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. It's nice that you guys didn't make me choose. Hey.
I think that funny is a safe choice. I mean, because you're expected to be held to a certain level when it's the most intelligent person speaking. You can't like fumble and fuck up and say anything. When it's the funniest, everybody overlooks it and like, he's funny, man. I love him. You know, he's
Yeah.
good.
Well, I think honestly, the funniest guy in the room is usually the most intelligent one.
Can be.
Yeah. I mean, I'd rather be the funniest, of course, because I mean, I don't care about like politics or how bridges are built. I don't give a shit about that.
So you want to be the funniest intelligent guy in the room?
No, I just want to be the funniest. I said that's what I'm saying. I don't give a shit about how a bridge is made or the dichotomy of I don't
Why
know
do
what
we keep
dichotomy
going back
means.
to bridges, particularly?
I watched the documentary about how bridges are made, and I wanted to work today.
You're the one watching bridges.
The only person with a college degree met until like 30 was like one architect who built bridges.
Yeah.
You just keep holding on to that.
Yeah, I remember nothing about the whole thing either. I don't know how bridges are made. I still don't. I'm still mad about it. But
Next week on how it's made.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever get worried when you drive across a bridge? Like, what if this is the time?
For the bridge to fall?
Yeah, to crumble.
I know some people are really afraid of riding over bridges. I am not afraid at all.
I know. I've ridden
Whatsoever.
with you in the rain doing 85 while you're steering on one of those bridges that curves the whole time.
That's how I get
I know
down,
you're
brother.
not scared.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm scared. in
I'll
the car.
skid around that shit.
My mom, if I drive her around, she closes her eyes on bridges. And I'm, like sometimes on long trips, like I'll have to try to avoid it. But sometimes you can't. You're getting on a highway and it's one of those big swing around bridges, which I don't care because I'm usually high anyways. But I'll slow down a little bit. But she like freaks out. She'll like dig her nails into my arm, and she gets really scared. And I'm like, well, don't worry. If it crumbles, we'll die fast. It's fine.
And my mom's so afraid of bridges, and she thought Bridges in Madison County was a horror movie.
For her, it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that movie's about. I think it's
Yeah.
It's about horrors.
Julia Roberts.
Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and end this episode. Thank you guys for all like, subscribe. We don't care if you like us, just do it.
See ya.
yeah. But back to the question, I would choose funniest. I want to be the funniest.
Awesome. I have another question.
Okay.
Okay. If peanut butter wasn't called peanut butter, what do you think it would be called?
Ooh.
Well,
Well, still delicious. I don't care. Even the crunchy. I mean, I don't like crunchy peanut butter. I prefer smooth, like Jazz. But I'll take it if that's all there is.
You like fish around the little nuts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like if it just had a different. I like fishing around nuts.
I was wondering if we're gonna leave that on the table or nothing.
You gotta every time you see a piece of candy, you gotta pick it up.
What you do is you buy honey roasted peanuts, and then you put the peanut butter on the creamy peanut butter on the bread, and then you stick the honey roasted peanuts. Like you construct your own crunchy peanut butter, but then it's got the sugar and the honey.
What an aristocrat
Yeah.
right there. I never
Yeah.
thought about that. That's a pretty good idea. And I like making fat guy inventions. Do you remember the Fat Boy wings we made?
Oh yeah.
We got regular sized chicken drumsticks and thighs and shit, and we made just fried chicken, and then we tossed it in wing sauce, like buffalo sauce and stuff like that. Fat Boy wings. It's like big old fucking wings like this big.
Basically full pieces of chicken flavored with buffalo.
Yeah.
It's the shit.
That's
Basically,
pretty
we got diabetes that day, and Jason cut my foot off. That's why I walked this way. What would they call peanut butter if it wasn't called peanut butter? What would
Like,
they call it?
I mean, you know, if you go with the English, I mean, they go really basic. They might say brown spread,
Prince's smooch spread.
mud.
Mud? Peanut mud?
I don't know.
Mud butter?
Mud butter. Yeah,
That mud butter.
that sounds like
You got
Dookie.
that mud butter.
That sounds like Dookie. For sure, sounds
Mud
like
butter
Dookie.
does sound like caca. Yeah.
That sounds like Boo Boo. Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think, Tom? What do you think peanut butter would be called if it wasn't called peanut butter?
Yeah, I got nothing.
The
Nut,
king.
how about nut spread?
Nut spread?
Yeah.
The king's gooch?
What?
Hey, let's get some of that KG.
How about just the dog's reluctance?
The dog's
Almost like a perfume, you know.
There's too much innuendo.
Dog's reluctance.
Too much innuendo on that one. Yeah.
So Tom's fucks dogs. I couldn't even say that right. I was so afraid to say it.
This is that episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I haven't fucked them. I laid there while they did whatever they did with the. You don't put peanut butter on your dick to fuck a dog up the ass.
Yeah, but to draw people in, I'm gonna title this episode "Tom Fucks Dogs." No, I'm not gonna name it
No,
that.
you really actually.
No, I'm gonna say Tom Murphy, address here, fucks dogs. No. He
Ah,
might.
that would work if you got anybody who knows how to do the Photoshop thing. You do like that John Cusack movie, Must Love Dogs. I could be on John Cusack's body, and who's the lady in it? You know what I'm talking about?
I only saw
Must Love Dogs. Nobody...
I only saw Hotel for Dogs. That was it.
Yeah,
It's the only thing with dogs I've ever
Not
seen.
Beverly Hills Chihuahua 1,
Didn't
2,
see it.
or 3.
Didn't see it. I've only seen Hotel for Dogs. It's the only animal movie I've ever seen. Hotel for Dogs. It's amazing.
Well, you've seen Beethoven.
Never saw it.
You never saw Beethoven?
Never watched it. Any
So
of them.
all the dog movies.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3rd, 5th. I never saw them.
You never saw him.
I'm serious.
Hey, Tom, question. Do
Old
you
Yeller.
want to be a co-host of a podcast? You never seen Beethoven?
Beethoven.
No, let's go. Let's go. Animal movies. What else? I've never seen Air Bud.
I've never
what
seen
else?
Air Bud.
Animal movies.
The Space Jam count?
No, that's cartoons, man.
I've never really seen Space Jam. What about Milo and Otis? I used to fucking love Milo.
I've never-
I cried. Homeward Bound?
Never seen them.
Old Yeller?
Good.
No.
Old
You
Yeller.
never seen Old Yeller?
I
In
don't want to
school,
watch
they make-
animals die,
They
man.
make you watch
No.
Old Yeller. John Wick.
I've never seen John Wick. You know I've never seen John Wick.
You are fucking Jesus Christ.
That's right. I am Jesus.
You're fucking Jesus Christ?
I just don't want to have it. I don't want to watch anything with animals getting hurt. You know what I'm saying? I just don't.
But I've seen you choke 4 cats in the same day.
But that's my life. That's not what I'm watching on TV. I want to be entertained. I don't want to be stuck with mundane
You like
things.
to keep work at work, is what you're saying.
There you go. Yeah, I don't need any shop talk while I'm watching TV.
Well,
Yeah.
with porn, you expand your brain so much, it's hard to find new ways to come. Right, guys? Right? Okay, so yeah, definitely if you want to co-host a podcast, let me know. Tom,
Yeah.
we'll get you in here.
I'm having one of those days.
Yeah, I know. Me too. It's been the last few days. I've been crying the same amount a lot, but I don't know. The last few days has been black. I wish I could enjoy this like everybody. Like I know you still have your job. I don't have one. I was
unemployed before this went off.
Of course you were.
I'm in reverse. Like,
course.
So he got a
yeah,
job.
money's coming in. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like rolling in it now.
Yeah, Tom's out there scooping up coronavirus, and he's fencing them to the black market. He's just taking people's coronavirus. They think he's doing them a favor by giving him their disease, but he's like, I'm making a fucking killing here. I'm fucking breaking it in, baby.
I just, between everything with just what's, being stuck in the house, work, lack thereof, things like that. And then on top of it, I, see the video. I sent you that video of those Cambodians.
The masks.
Yeah, folding up the
Yeah.
masks.
Yeah,
What do you think of that?
He sent me a video. I don't know if you've seen this, but he sent to me on Facebook of these. It's like these dirty Asians, and I'm not saying it's not racist, but they're literally in a room.
They
and
specifically
they're covered-
are.
I just want to say before this goes any further, I was an Andrew Yang supporter. Okay. All right.
Well, we don't talk politics on this show, but we're not friends after this. But anyway, no, I'm just kidding.
Wasn't he like Rich Dad Poor Dad or something like that? Wasn't that guy? No,
Yeah.
I'm thinking of
Rich
another.
Dad Poor
I'm thinking of another Asian
But-
American.
Anyways, he sent me this video, and it's literally Asians that are dirty in this room, and they're all like sitting on the floor, except for the guys at the sewing machines, and they're sewing the most common face masks that people are buying right now.
The
to
regular
cover-
surgical.
Yeah,
face
those regular
mask.
The
masks.
ones with the insane clown posse logo on them.
Yeah, well, there's no
That's what
logo
all
on
mine
these.
have,
He's
right?
got 2 different lines. Well, you put yours on there. They didn't come that way. But they're sewing these, and they've got like a pile of them, and they're just on the floor, and it's dirty and unsanitary. He sent me this video, and I literally have those same exact masks, and have already been wearing them before. And now I'm just walking around. Like today, I went and ran some errands. I didn't use gloves or a mask. I'm like, I've already been wearing the disease. It's fine. Like whatever they had in their dirty fucking feet, it was probably worse than coronavirus.
And then I wondered if it was like, some sort of was it satirical or a parody or something? But I mean,
No, it looks real. It looks raw.
I mean, they had
real.
like their thumbs and fingers were like grimed with dirt. They're folding these surgical masks the exact way they need to be folded.
touching them exactly where your mouth
On the cement, on the ground, folding it. I'll show you the video afterwards.
Yeah,
It's pretty interesting.
we're gonna post it on our Facebook and Instagram. I'll get it up tomorrow, or Jason, or one of us will post it up there. But they're just so dirty, and there's like a pile of them, and it's not like they're even piling them on a clean table. They're piling them on the floor, and then they're selling them. The gas station by my house is selling 5-packs of them for $5.99. And
The same.
So
How
what
do
I'm
you
hearing is for all those comics who are hurting financially right now, who are out of work, there's job openings in Cambodia.
Yeah.
They got things going on.
You
Yeah.
need a surgical mask
You
folder.
lazy sacks of shit. Get on over to Cambodia. and
They're
start
probably
fucking
union
everybody.
too. They probably got good benefits if they're allowed to just lay around on the fucking floor like that.
Yeah, that's pretty much what they do at an open mic.
Well,
Yeah.
your shoeless friend would like to go there. They didn't have any shoes on or anything.
I mean,
so-
wallowing in filth is
Wait.
basically what we all do.
Yeah. But that makes our bodies ready to fight. I'm just dirty because I want to live. I want to fight for my life. My body knows what to do. in a fight now because I'm dirty and I don't shower.
So
I think this is the first time in my life I've ever showered, and not because like I was gonna be leaving the house. You know.
Yeah.
So usually showering is just it's out of respect for other people.
yeah, I'm getting ready to go. I'm gonna take a shower and go. So yeah, no, I understand.
If I was the last man on earth, that would be, well, showers are done then. That's fine.
You're like, what'd you do today? Well, I took a shower. That was a thing I did.
I mean, I've done that too, where you don't have enough on the list, and you realize if someone asks you, God forbid, what you've done all day, it's like, okay, I'm gonna do the dishes and shower, and then I got that in the bag. You know?
Yeah, I'll lie.
I've been
I did other
ace in
fun
the
stuff.
hole.
Yeah.
I've been showering a lot because that's where I masturbate now. Because now my roommates are stuck home too, and every time I put on my headphones, someone has to knock on my door, and I've been too lazy to buy a lock to put on it, so I jerk it in the shower. Because I got like the shelf where I can set my cell phone, and it's like a good stand to see the porn. And so I'm just showering like 7-8 times a day now.
So you're a shower jerker.
Yeah. And plus, it's easy cleanup. I mean, right down the drain.
Listen, I'm not
I don't have
knocking
to
you,
wash
man.
my hands because I'm washing my hands as I'm jerking it.
I'm just putting a title on it. I'm not knocking it. It's fine.
No. Shower jerks, fucking water nut guy. I don't know.
You ever stand in front of the window and jerk it?
Well, yeah. I have before.
Well, I know the
Not
one
with this body.
time, but no.
When my body was better, yeah. I'm in front of the window.
Only a
Of course.
stained glass window, but there was a priest present. So.
Did you stain the glass?
No, but that priest stained his ass.
That
I like to run.
was pretty good. Outside, backyard. You ever go in the backyard here and just whack it?
I've jerked off in the pool.
Nice. Oh, yeah, you have a pool. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just once. The rule is not to have sex in the pool, but I've done that too.
If it's with yourself.
Yeah, I've done it with myself and other people.
Well, yeah, I don't get. Wait, so submerged? You've done that?
What do you mean?
Like you're inside the pool in the water?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think. I feel like my, wouldn't work out. I don't know.
What do you mean?
Just being in the water like that, I feel.
You know what? You'd think it'd be slipperier, but it's not. It's almost. It's not like it catches and there's friction, but there's more friction, and you can kind of feel it like if you grab a hot dog and rub it against the bottom of a pan that's got water in it, you can feel those little like stops, like screeches, but whatever. But it doesn't hurt. It's just not as lubricated as normal.
It's funny, to a degree, in water is actually drier than out of water.
Yeah, no, I believe it. Well, from
It's
in
like a
the
dry-
shower, I've noticed it. Well, that's part of why I don't jack off in the shower either.
Get a good lotion.
Yeah. Well, you should definitely jack off in my shower. It's pretty nice.
I've got one more question here.
All right.
So this one's going to be kind of an interesting one for you guys. This is
We'll determine that.
this is the teamwork one for you guys.
Yeah, Larry King never does that shit. This is an interesting question I'm going to ask you. You know, you got to lay it down.
Well, they're all supposed to be interesting. Yeah.
That's what I've been saying. No, Jason's got 10 questions. He's got one supposedly. I don't know what's coming.
Okay, so if you two were nemesises, like superheroes, and you were nemesis of each other,
That's enemy, right?
good or bad, yeah, enemies. What superpower would each of you have? But the person who's saying who has the superpower is you're also saying what their weakness will be. So you'll say what his weakness will be and his power, and you'll say what your weakness and power is.
Wait. Okay.
So I'm naming your superpower and weakness, and you're naming mine.
Oh, okay.
Wait a minute.
Is that it?
No, you know what it is? You're each going to name the other's weakness, and you're going to name your own superpowers.
Oh, okay.
That's what it is.
So you name your own power, but I tell you what your weakness is, and I'll
Yes.
name my own power.
And you tell him what his weakness is.
All right. So my superpower is going to be infinite comfort with infinite eye contact. All right, so this is just normal to me. I'm just staring into your eyes right now, your big beautiful eyes, and I'm just.
Well, I'm dead inside, so it doesn't affect me. I think your weakness is going to be mayonnaise.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, there's mayonnaise in the room. Just
I don't like
mayonnaise.
I don't like mayonnaise. I don't like ranch. I don't like cream cheese. I don't like anything that's like a white
what
fluid.
a dry
filled.
life.
How dare you? You can never do keto.
Well, I mean, you don't have to have mayonnaise on keto. You just can have mayonnaise.
Yeah, it's a perk.
Yeah. I knew it. God damn it. Fucking keto talk. You roped me in. Fuck you. Jesus Christ. I think my superpower would be like telekinetic abilities. Is that what's called? Telekinesis, where you can like move objects and throw them.
The telekinesis, yes.
Okay, yeah, telekinesis. Like Darth Vader.
All right.
Darth Mobster.
You can like make shit happen with your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not like now, where I do nothing in my mind.
And you'll choose his weakness.
What's my weakness?
Weakness would be a high risk for diabetes. Go with that.
That's already your weakness.
Yeah, just keep it I like reality in my comics. I like to keep things of this world.
Okay.
I think I want to name one of your superpowers. I think you would have laser eyes, like Cyclops. But you can you don't have to wear the stupid Una whatever glasses. I think you could just control it. Like what's the one on Amazon Prime? The boys.
The boys. That's
The
what
boys.
it's called,
The
right?
boys. The boys. Yeah,
Yeah.
the boys. Yeah, like what's their. I can't think of the guy's name, but the main guy.
The Captain America guy.
Yeah, the captain. That's what I was thinking about.
What's his name?
blonde
Homelander.
Homelander.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Homelander.
Homelander. It's a real stupid name, but like that, he could just with his eyes just like burn it away. But I think your weakness would be heterosexual sex.
Again, we just keep sticking to reality.
Yeah.
I can't handle mayonnaise. I tell you, you're gonna have your foot cut off in a month, and that's true. I can't fuck anything.
Oh, it's
Well, you
already
can fuck.
cut
You
off.
just have to
Yeah,
feel
it's
bad
true.
about it. You're like,
Yeah.
I'm just doing this for the greater good.
No, he just pictures a man in his mind. Pictures a man. He puts a picture of Aquaman on his girlfriend's back and goes to town. Give me one. What superpower would I have?
Superpower.
Lasagna fingers.
Yeah, do it backwards.
How about insulin fingers? Like your fingers are literally insulin cartridges that you can just inject yourself with. That you got like syringes.
Insulin.
Yeah.
Insulin man.
When you
Insulin
scratch your belly, you like,
I
get
thought
your
you were
blood
saying-
sugar in line.
I thought you were saying insolent, and I don't know what that term means. I've heard it in movies, and I always.
Oh
just
yeah,
let it go, but-
SOLEN. That means like disobedient. I think it's insolent.
disobedient.
It's insolence will not stand. Is like yeah, you kids need. To
Ah, I get it.
Yeah.
So like every time I try to jack off, my finger just sneaks itself into my ass. I'm like, come on, man. It's like we're trying.
Isn't one of the medicines metformin? So
Metformin is.
So you could be metformin.
I was diabetic for a while. I lost a bunch of weight and I put it back on. I'm too scared to get tested to see if I am again. So I probably do have it. But when they put me on metformin and I had to stop taking it because it just gives you diarrhea 24/7 all the time. Everything you eat, whether you eat like approved diabetic meals or if you eat a piece of cake, you have diarrhea. As soon as you eat, you're pooping for like an
Well,
hour.
it fucks with your hormones
Someone's
too.
been
Yeah.
slipping metformin in my food. I think.
You got diarrhea all the time.
Yeah.
A little slippery on the shits. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think it's because you eat lizards off the wall.
It's pretty. It's not. I am vegetarian.
And all they eat is
Yeah.
vegetables, so that's
Yeah.
vegetarian.
That's true.
If you don't mind, I have one more question.
Yeah,
I'm
let's
kind
do
of
it.
taking a little long on this, but if either one of you were to die, and you're going to be reincarnated.
That's
as-
impossible.
No, never. And you're going to be reincarnated as an animal. Based on your personality, what kind of an animal would you be?
Are we naming each other's or our own?
No, to yourself.
Can we do both?
Yeah, let's do both.
All right. What animal would you be?
Wait, so I'm an animal based on
Your
what,
person-
I'm,
yeah.
what I'm like or what I want?
You know what? Here's the thing: is that it's what you think your personality or whatever you feel like you would want to be or you'd be as an animal. What
Right.
fits you best?
While you think about it, I can name what I think you would be.
What's that?
I think you'd be a talking cockatoo. I know cockatoos don't talk, but I think you'd be a talking cockatoo, and you still have that same voice and be the same person. I think you'd still just be like, nah.
You'd be on Rio 3.
That work?
Yeah.
Oh, you could be an
It's a
Angry
paying gig.
Birds.
Oh.
That's even better. You could be an Angry Birds then.
Yeah.
You kind of look a little like an Angry Bird, just a little bit. I mean, your hair is so red, which, I mean, it looks like fire. I look in your direction,
Yeah.
it's like the color of fire.
Is this racist
And
for
I
gingers?
fucking hate the pigs, right?
I don't know.
All right, guys.
Yeah,
am I
yeah,
right?
yeah.
I don't know.
No, Angry
Everybody-
Birds. Yeah, you hate the pigs.
Yeah.
You always
Yeah.
trying to smash
Yeah.
the pigs' little buildings. But is
Ironically, are we the pigs?
yeah.
We're the
We're
pigs?
the pigs.
I caught that.
How many
Okay.
times do conversations just go to you being ginger? How many times do people just get fixated on that? Does that happen a
No,
lot?
that's probably most. Well, that's I've always got a kick out of it. Like I'll talk to like I was talking to a black girl once who was complaining about she's like, fucking white people just think they can just come up and touch your hair and they can just, I'm like, yeah, no, I have that all the time.
I know the
So you
struggle
can't understand
system.
what it's like to be. No, I at least that part.
Yeah.
I've especially old women. I constantly have touching my
The struggle is
my
real.
hair and
You know?
I know my it's all right. But yeah, no, it goes back to red hair. Pretty I get free drinks out of it, not.
Your hair is
no.
so strawberry blonde. I don't see that on a daily basis. I mean, I don't see someone with I'm, and I don't mean it as an insult.
Is it blonde?
Like it's a strawberry blonde. It's
Really?
like so deep red orange.
Yeah, I thought blonde is where it's
So-
kind of blonde.
Well, I don't know. You know, I mean, I was raised strawberry blonde.
See this
Like-
ginger motherfucker
Yeah.
thing? He knows the lingo.
I'm see. And that goes to prove that everybody that called me a ginger that I'm not one. So, but I mean, no, I on a daily basis, no, I'll go on a weekly basis. I see maybe one person a week that has like the same type of redhead.
Yeah, you're a real
Yeah.
gem. You're a real
Me too,
fine.
but that's just because I don't like seeing my mother. You know.
Is your mom redheaded?
Yeah.
Nice.
No, my whole family is. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, I would imagine that comes from generations of the red honing itself into a new form each
It's
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's we're horribly inbred and.
I was not implying that at all.
Oh. What,
Okay, so
what animal would you be though? Hold on. He didn't-
yeah,
he
that's
didn't
what
say
I'm saying.
I was like pigeons.
So we're in the direction of
I
birds
was-
still.
I
You
was
weren't
like-
far off.
Yeah. And you can fly. And I'm not crazy about heights, so I don't know. That could be stressful.
I kind of feel like you'd be more like a fox.
That's a good one.
I feel like you'd be a fox.
So some rich lady turned you into a fucking coat.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know your personality enough to say that you'd be like sly or cunning as a fox. This is just totally going off of the orange hair.
Yeah, no, he's like Kevin Spacey in Usual Suspects. He gets out of here, he pops that hair off. He's like, "Hey, everybody, how's it going?" He starts talking differently. This is
Although
just
that
his
last
persona.
scene would be a little underwhelming, and it'd be like at the end, you know, the investigator would be looking at the wall, and suddenly he'd come to the realization, and be like, "Wait a minute, he told me his name was Mike." Yeah, I know that's not going to play over the.
Yeah.
Talk about
Yeah. What,
That's just for us. That's for us.
I don't know what animal I would choose. I think I would choose some sort of bird so I could fly, but like a majestic hawk of some sort.
Nice.
When I'd probably realistically end up being like a buzzard, just eating dead coyotes on the road or something.
Is that so bad though? I mean, you would like to fly. It sounds like you just want to fly.
Yeah, I just want to fly, but like, I don't know, maybe a hawk or something like that. But also, there's always like the lure of wanting to be like a tiger or something like that. Big cat, lion, king of the jungle, gorilla, even jumping from tree to
Silverback.
tree. Yeah.
Now, what do you picture he might be coming back as, based on the personality you know of Mike? What kind of animal would he come back as?
Wait, so we're going personality? Well, I just stick with the diabetes. I just go walrus, and that's easy. I gotta say, it's an honor to be on the Wilford Brimley podcast.
Yeah, it is. Check your diabetes and check it off. And, yeah. Thanks for giving me the animal with the largest cock in the world, though. I'm not mad about that.
There you
They're the one. I think walruses will. They actually like the main way that walruses die is when they're babies. That the men will be so eager to fuck the women that they trample their own children on the way to the women.
Nice.
And that's like how half of walruses just die when they're like babies because the dad just runs and fucking kills them.
They get to heaven and Walrus God is just like, what happened? It's like, my dad wanted some pussy.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right.
He killed me.
You're good.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. And what if it's not even like that? Scientists don't know. Like, they don't know what a walrus thinking. Maybe he's like, nah, I messed up on this one. Got to make another one.
There might be
That's
a reason to their
Yeah,
madness.
they're
you
throwing
know?
it out like a bad lasagna so they can start a new baked ziti. They're like, I didn't want lasagna in the first place.
So is this like something that we might need to have a walrus on like a talk show about? Because you're like, hey man, I think you're pegged all wrong, you know? And he's like, no, see, it's not.
Well, the problem with that is walrus can't speak.
No, I know, but if you look at it from an imaginary standpoint, I was thinking about
Imaginary?
Yeah.
Nah, I feel like logistically it wouldn't work. He wouldn't fit back here. Then we got to keep him wet the whole time. And just getting a walrus, like, bro, I can get you some walrus. I know a dude.
I just think the walrus has
But-
the walrus has a bad rap. Just we're talking shit like he's like a bad person. He's a bad animal. He's trampling his young ones, and he's trying to get pussy over it. But maybe he just
I don't know. I mean, most guys will do just about anything, especially like when you're single to get some pussy. So
men will be men no matter what species you are.
yeah, no matter what, we're all just trying to
Or
get some.
lions will do that. They eat the babies because the women only fuck if they're not already raising
mating, right?
cubs. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's like they gotta have, and so the men will kill the babies so that way she has to have sex again.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy. That's like some Game of Thrones, like medieval kind of shit. The king would like killing people's babies so he can prima noctis
Yeah.
again. I'm pretty proud of myself for knowing prima noctis, even though it's a filthy fucking thing. Y'all know what that?
Yeah,
y'all know what it
Braveheart.
is?
Yeah.
Do you know what prima noctis is?
No, I don't.
You don't know what prima noctis is?
No.
So back in like those medieval times, like Game of Thrones type, like I said,
Mhm.
there were like some of the kings would make a law and call it prima noctis, like prima noctis law, which means anyone getting married that the king gets to fuck the bride before the new groom does, before they get married.
Oh, so I've seen that.
Or
done.
even when
Yeah,
they get
okay.
married. Yeah.
I didn't know
I'm
there
sure
was
you
a
see
title.
those shows. Yeah, it's Prima Noctis.
Nice. Okay.
Filthy fucking thing. Can you imagine that? Having to let some fucking fat king who's got turkey grease on his face fuck the woman, your love of your life?
Yeah.
And he's just like, well, I'm going to fuck her first. Hold on, let me finish this leg of mutton, and then I'll fuck your bride in her ass real quick.
The thing that
fuck
hurt the
you,
most
dude.
was when I found out he wasn't even a real king.
Yeah,
He had one of
exactly.
those fucking hats from Burger King, and I just
Yeah.
like, well, it's the law.
Yeah, and he was behind that 7-Eleven and also sold me some crack, but
Yeah.
the law's the law.
I don't know why you had to fuck me too, but yeah.
Yeah, that's fucked up though. I always thought about that Prima Noctis. I'm like, I would kill that fucking king.
Oh, yeah, you can't.
Yeah, you can't.
it's-
This will not stand.
That shit's not cool.
That's pretty.
I mean, it's not cool, man.
But
It's almost like they were just having like all the kings were hanging out and like
all the
were
king's
drunk.
horses and all the king's men. Yeah.
Oh, the kings are hanging out like, it'd be funny. We told them that we had to fuck their bride first. We're doing it as a favor for them.
Like, let's do
Like,
it.
yeah, there's no way they'll let us. Dude, we're fucking king. Like that.
Yeah,
there was some.
and there's one that takes it too far, and he's like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. It's like
I'll fucking do it.
King Carl or some shit. It's like, oh, I don't give a fuck.
Because I was gonna say, well, I mean, really, what can you do? That's the king.
Yeah, run away and live in the forest, and then they come and find you and kill you.
We sound like a bunch of agents, like coaching a girl who just got groped by Harvey Weinstein. Like, listen, he's the king. It is what it is. All right, you want a career?
Listen,
You want something?
The first movie pays $6 million. From there, it's $10 million tops. You're gonna be a fucking star for one night of misery. Take the deal. Just take the deal, and by the deal, I mean his cock. I'm not endorsing that, by the way. Just so you know, Harvey Weinstein's.
I wouldn't be surprised if he called his cock the deal. That wouldn't.
What's some other nicknames for Harvey Weinstein's cock? You think he's got the contract? Has he got the fucking?
The boardroom.
You ready for the merch deal?
Yeah.
Try like a plays on some of his movies. Pulp Friction. I don't know.
There's so many, dude. So many good movies he's an executive producer for. Isn't like his brother like Eric Weinstein? Or isn't there like another Weinstein?
The Hateful 8-incher.
The Hateful 8-incher.
I don't want to give him a big cock because fuck him. He's a piece of shit. So the Hateful. How about the Hateful 8-incher? There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, because didn't some of those girls say in trial that it looked like he had a vagina? Like, I'm sure some of it was just.
I
slander, which
believe
fuck
that,
him,
man. Because yeah, that's yeah. I've seen that on older guys who are kind of dumpy like that. That sometimes they everything kind of recedes in.
Where do you see all these guys at naked normally?
Yeah. Oh damn it!
really trapped him in a
Kind
fucking
of showed my hand.
Hey, he's got, man, I pulled up some of his movies here. There's Good Deal Hunting. They're hunting for a good deal.
All right.
They're all going to be good. He was, Django Unchained even. He could be Schlongo Unchained.
Yeah.
All right. This close my computer. Fuck this.
We might need to do some open mic now.
yeah, let's move forward here. You got a question? Any other questions you want to ask?
No, we're good.
Okay.
Oh, you want to do some more questions?
I don't know.
Nah, go ahead. Let's do some open mic. I want to be entertained.
Okay. Well, you're here to entertain. You gotta, okay. Anyways, we'll do the open mic part now. So with the open mic, you have a topic for me that I don't know, and I have some topics for you. We can do multiple. We can do one. We'll see how it goes. You're the guest, so you get to choose who goes first. And also after this, we're gonna do that new part I was talking to you about earlier, where if you have any new jokes you haven't done on stage, we can maybe workshop one. I have a new joke, or you could just do it. Whatever. We don't have to workshop it. Just if something comes up. But it's up to you. You get to choose. You want to go first, or do you want to give me my topic first?
Yeah, I guess I'll give you yours first.
Okay.
Yeah, I was kind of racking my brain. I came up with, just because I was smoking one, is cigarettes.
Cigarettes?
Yep.
So my topic's talking about smoking cigarettes. I think because of cigarettes is why my voice sounds so bad. I've smoked cigarettes for like 18 years now, 19 years, and I feel like I sound like a special needs pig who smoked for 40 years, even though I'm only 37, which is basically 40 years. But yeah, I had an idea for a show, and it was you know how people do like the Billy on the Street and stuff like that. Before this podcast, the idea I wanted to do was smoking cigarettes with comedians around cars. I was kind of played like making fun of Jerry Seinfeld's
Sure.
comedians and
Yeah.
coffee cars. I don't know. Nobody can say that fucking title besides him.
But what if you don't like fucking coffee and you want to smoke some fucking cigarettes?
Yeah.
So what if you do like coffee?
But the whole show was stupid. It was all going to be like 2-minute clips of me walking up to a comic out of breath, like, "Hey, what's up, guys? You got another cigarette? I bum one. Next week we got," and then it just cuts to the next episode because I'm so out of breath.
Yeah, it's
It
pretty
was just going to be a shit show.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That actually sounds like a good idea. Why didn't you have me on that?
And
Yeah.
this instead.
yeah. Well, I did. I invited you to that, and then you ended up just blowing me. So I mean,
Yeah.
mission accomplished.
Whoa.
Yeah, it always comes back to that.
Yeah, usually does.
Dick and fart jokes.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
my favorite. No, but the thing is with cigarettes, it's like I have that inner battle. Every time I have a cigarette, I'm just arguing with myself about quitting cigarettes. And I say I'm going to quit and I'm going to stretch out how long between the next cigarette is. And then, like, while I'm thinking about that, I notice I look down and I've already lit another cigarette while I'm thinking of this idea. Because I like to sit there and, like, I like smoking cigarettes. Just
Yeah.
I hate that it's, like, killing me and I can't breathe. But I just like sitting there, especially if you have a drink or something,
Yeah.
just thinking and smoking a cigarette. I mean, that's where I get some of my best thinking done. If I could smoke inside, I'd smoke a cigarette while I take a shit. I used to when I'd smoke inside. In the mornings, you have that morning cigarette.
Yeah, that's a great.
Yeah, it helps. It's like fuel for the poop. It pushes it out.
So you know, like stand up. This is like erotica. I'm getting hard right now. Just thinking
You were hard
a
before. I can
cigarette
see
on
that.
a fucking toilet. That's the best.
What about the aftermath, though? I mean, because you like hot Lugers and shit, and you're like, ah.
Yeah, I hate that. I don't actually have that much anymore. Like I used to, especially when I smoked menthols, I'd wake up in the morning and just like hawk stuff up. But now I wake up and I'm a little out of breath. And by the time I brush my teeth, I'm okay. You know, and I usually wait like an hour or so before I have my first cigarette. I try not to have it right when I get up. Not really funny. I don't know. You gave me fucking
Now
cigarettes.
we're just giving our regimens.
Yeah. You could have said like being broken up with or eating out of
Oh yeah, that's
eat
a
your
good point.
cigarettes.
Well, I asked you if there was any like, oh, is there any like, should like just pick anything? And you're like, yeah, pick anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some funny stuff.
Do
in
something
there,
with this, you
stuff I
fucking dope. Yeah.
said. Do something with
I
this.
was gonna give you apples, so I'd be grateful.
I stuck an apple in this hooker's ass once. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't do that, but
See,
It'd be great if you had like an amazing story revolving around apples.
yeah. No, but yeah, I don't know. Cigarettes. That's I don't know. Maybe I'm just not good at this. I don't know. We'll do another joke in a minute.
You be the judge.
Yeah, no. Just follow, like, subscribe. You don't even have to listen to the rest of this. We don't care.
Yeah.
Just add us. We need internet money. So I'll give you a topic now. I have a few different ones. So if you have another topic for me, we can go a few or whatever. But okay. How about this one? Should be pretty easy. If you could pick what race you were, what race would you pick and why?
White, because oh wait, I'm sorry. I didn't mean
He was like.
to be that excited about it.
Yeah, he was very excited.
White's all right. I don't have too many complaints. I mean, I would go for maybe a lighter tone of white. Like this is a bit excessive. Like I'm kind of like
Opaque.
like Wesley Snipes white. You know, like how dark he is.
Like the end of the spectrum. Yeah.
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 Like I'm the white. Like if the roles were reversed in our society, like I'd be the guy who like could never get the lead role as a white guy. Like they just had like the one white guy in the movie who's like the boyfriend of the white girl or the black girl who's like expanding her. Like
Yeah.
it'd be like that's too white. That's not.
CSI Miami.
Horatio.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the main guy. Yeah, he's
Horatio.
he's still got a little bit of a tan though.
Yeah,
He's not quite the same. Like because like there's redheads who are also like look like a different species, kind of like me. Where then there's redheads where it's like their skin at least looks normal. It's just different.
So you wouldn't be any other race? You
I'd
wouldn't
go
get
over.
to be-
I think I wouldn't mind trying them all out. If I could like
that'd
do
be
kind of
great.
like run the gambit and do
like a
an
sample.
Asian week and then do like a black week and then
What if you just got one day? You get to be black, you could be Asian,
all
you
in
could
the one
be
day?
Honduran. No, like you get to spend one day in each one. Like
Yeah,
you
it's a
wake
full
up
day.
And you're a black
Right,
guy.
right.
Or a black girl. You could change whatever. You could change it. I think I'd be one of those.
Yeah, watch
no-nonsense-
the next time I'm on here. I'm going to be Rachel Dolezal. I'm just going to come back. I'm a black woman. It's just how I feel inside.
That's just how you identify.
That's what I am.
you know?
Yeah. So,
You're like when you look at the picture of the darkest black person, it's like the negative of it. When you look at the negative flip side of it, you'll fit right in. Like,
What would you pick, Jason?
I mean, I know being white comes with its privilege. I
think they have a term for that.
I really think I would want to be anything else. I mean, I think that I would maybe God, like an American Indian or something like that, on a reservation and all that.
Oh, Native American.
Yeah, Native American.
Like Cherokee.
Maybe. Apache, something like that.
Nice.
It's not a bad
What I wouldn't mind trying is just to know what it's like, because it seems like it would be so insane, is to be Irish Protestant instead of Irish Catholic,
It'd be totally different.
That'd be such a just
Totally.
mind fuck.
It'd be so
God.
different.
Yeah.
You're still passing out under a bottle of Jameson, but
That would be a bottle of Bushmills instead. It's crazy. How do they do it?
I'd be black. I think I'd want to be black.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I mean, I know my
So
reasons.
Mikey B wants to be black.
I don't want to be black. I'm just saying if I was like choosing, I don't know. I'd like to try to. I know that's gonna sound bad.
Here we go.
I want to run faster. I want to be better at music. I want to be. I don't know. I'd like to try it out. I know they're like.
Well, African Americans are more built.
Like athletic.
Because of the species. I mean, it's definitely from a more athletic nature.
So,
every race
why
has
is
its
Jimmy the Greek suddenly on the mic in here? What's going on?
Yeah. No, I think I'd pick black or Italian. I think I'm already trying to be Italian with my hair.
You can go Sicilian. That's almost kind of like a little bit of.
Hey, Stu Nod, what do you fucking think? Sicilian? What am I
Forget
laying
about
on?
it.
What am I on the floor on an air mattress right now? No, it's playing. But fucking eggplant.
I was about to bring that up. By that comes from the what's that Italian word that they the eggplant? You know what I'm talking about?
What?
Yeah.
It's like the Italian when Italians call black people, like their word is it's apparently it's the Italian word for
I
eggplant.
didn't know they use it for black people. Not apologizing because I didn't fucking know. I didn't do anything wrong. But I knew that like they.
I think they say it on The
Sicilians
Sopranos. What do they?
Is it
what
Sopranos? I've seen it on some mobster movie.
True
where they-
romance, where he goes,
True romance.
you pot Sicilian, you pot eggplant.
Yeah. What fucking eggplant? Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think I'd like to try something like polar opposite because I'm Mexican, white, Native American, and hillbilly, like backwater hillbilly, Kentucky hillbilly. Yeah. So
Well,
weird mix.
So if I said I wish I was like, I would be an Australian. I think that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, you're
right?
just white with a different flavor.
Yeah, with a different accent.
You're vanilla extract.
Australians kind of irritate me.
I think.
Why do Australians irritate you?
I don't know. I was just waiting for a group that it was okay to say that about. So no.
It's white people. Yeah, British man, fuck British people.
Oh,
That's your thing, British people. Yeah, British people.
I like
Yeah.
British people. I wish I could do a good British accent.
Nah, I wouldn't even try.
Well,
Fucking.
Yeah.
I probably got some British rape blood in me from my people back on the island.
well, hold on a second. Did you say British rape blood?
Yeah, the British. I'm Irish. They were terrorizing us for like 600 years.
Really?
Yeah.
British people?
We're bad with numbers, so I don't know if it's 600, 700. So
Yeah, it's like
Is
a
it,
thing
is
a
it
long
bad
time
if
ago.
I say that you guys should have been able to fight off a bunch of dandies?
it is a little embarrassing.
Well, don't forget that Great Britain was like the world order.
Yeah, but I think-
at one point in time.
I think if you're in one of those villages, though, like that's terrible that that happened to Irish people, Scottish. I don't know, same thing. But I think
No, the Scots were fucking us too. The Scots were the ones that the English sent the Scots over because you meet a lot of people in the South who'd be like, "I'm Irish," and what they actually mean is they're Scotch Irish, and Scotch Irish were the ones who came over and colonized the Irish because the English didn't want to deal with us. So they were the ones who like ran the plantations and then worked the Irish into the ground, and then they came over to America when the Irish started like rebelling and stuff. And
So the pure demonstration of shit rolling downhill.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, the fucking
I,
Scots, a couple of Scots and a couple of fucking.
No, the Brits lay it down on the Scots. Scots lay it down on the Irish. What
Yeah.
goes from there?
this is generational rape. It's just passed down.
Yeah.
I think the worst part about
We
being
came over to America to fuck some Indians, and so it's just that's the way the world goes around.
I think the worst part about being raped by a British guy back in those times is being raped by somebody in pants that they call la blooms. Fucking those ruffle pants and ruffle shirts. And you're being raped by a guy with a white powder wig on. It's like, take the wig off, dude. Like, come on, man. I don't even know if this is gay. What is this? Being raped by a guy who's having a spot of tea while he's having a spot on your back.
My suspender and my plumes, sold them.
You made it sound French
I know, I kind of did.
and kind of retarded. I'm not gonna lie. Retarded is the medical condition, not the incorrect.
Dude,
Whatever.
even-
I don't care. You sound retarded.
Even your own therapist telling you it's not your fault. Like the minute he said the dude's name, you would feel like he was trying to fuck with you. Like that. Like it's not your fault. Okay, you know whose fault it is? The 3rd Earl of Sussex. And it's like, are you saying I'm gay? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? Who the 3rd Earl of Sussex can fuck Tom Murphy and hold him down?
No, it's the 3rd Earl of Suck Dicks.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can cross
They're not all
every line
good.
now. We can cross every line now. It's safe.
Yeah.
We got racist. We tackled racism.
Yeah, racism done. See, this is my theory with racism. Why it'll never go away, is because racism's funny sometimes. Not all the time. It's
Well,
fucked up in most cases, but racism can be really funny. There's a lot of jokes there of noticing other people's differences, even
Yeah.
noticing your own differences. But I think it's funny, and I think if we were all able to just laugh at it and not take it so serious, it would take that power away from racism when someone drops one of those words that I'm not going to say that you can't.
Well, also, like, don't let the racists have a monopoly on the fun parts of racism. It's like, take the good. Because it's like,
kind of true.
there's aspect, because I think there's probably some people out there who are like, well, I don't really have a problem with black people, but I like those fucking jokes, so I guess I'm racist. I guess I'm down with the. It's like, be like, no, we have the jokes over here,
Yeah.
but then fuck anybody who's got a problem with anybody or doesn't want to, live in the same neighborhood or whatever. Fuck those people, and then,
Well,
take the good, get rid of the bad,
Stereotypes.
Don't throw
Stereotypes are fun.
Don't throw the biracial baby out with the bathwater. That's all I'm saying.
Stereotypes are funny, and if you can just step back and look at the humor side of the stereotypes, are usually typically true. They're just funny, but you get offended, I think, when you look at it from a racial standpoint. Like, I've cracked some ginger jokes and stuff like that, but you didn't seem to look at it as a really racial situation.
Yeah, because you're both white. Nobody gives a shit about white racism. And I
At
get
first,
it.
I almost
Even
thought,
white on white. Well, because there's genuine white racism too, where it's like people get whenever I tell people my grandma fucking hated Polish people, 'cause she was Chicago Irish, and that was the Irish and the Polish back in the day were fighting for the same jobs because they were both the bottom of
They're
white
both
society.
fucking up Philly cheesesteak sandwiches. So, what does it matter? Neither one of them can make a fucking decent one.
Yeah, but it's like anytime I tell people that there was Polish kids who lived next door, and she used to always be like, "Now careful with the Polacks because they're they're a little slow." And she'd always be saying things like that. And people are always like, it's hilarious. That's right. And it's like it's the same goddamn stupid thoughts that it's it's no different than any other kind of bit. But it's just since that's not a thing that we really have a problem with today, it's just funny.
what did the Polacks say about the Irish kids?
What?
No, I'm just asking.
Most of them had trouble, speaking.
I
It's like, you're mean,
Yeah.
Like,
This
I
podcast,
thought-
this podcast, the most listeners we have are in Poland. So thanks for dropping that Polak. You just
was thinking
You
for sure.
ruined this.
I was thinking for sure they're going to drop some kind of a potato joke or a Mick or something like that.
well, my girlfriend, because I make Polak jokes, so just because it's such an outdated thing, it's like no one even gives a shit about it. I always find it fun. But then my girlfriend is Polish, but she's Jewish. So anytime I say Polak, she'll be like, I'm Polish. And I'm like, no, you're not. You're they don't consider you Polish.
yeah.
They were setting up camps and everything. These are when I say Polak, I'm talking about the people who were trying to gas you. So
I want to give you another topic. I have another that I think will be pretty easier.
the Holocaust isn't light enough. We need to.
No, it's not. Let's go. Let's dig in on this. Let's really figure this out. No, I've got one for you.
We're breaking boundaries today.
Yeah, no, we're just being racist and trying to make excuses why it's okay. But
That's what it is.
chicks and fedoras. What do you think?
Ooh.
This is kind of breaking news for me. I wasn't aware that was going on.
It's out there. So imagine.
I think I'm starting to get down with some of these televangelists. Pat Robertson might have a point when he said we're bringing this thing on ourselves if now women are wearing them too.
Okay.
God's man.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I feel like chicks and fedoras are our punishment. I think the virus is just here to back them up. I haven't seen one chick in a fedora die yet. Have you?
That's true. Although I will say, well, every now and here's someone knows, but that's if instead of any race I could be, if I could be a beautiful woman and just see what that's like for a day. Obviously, there's disadvantages, like we mentioned with Harvey Weinstein, but
Are you talking about
Like
that
that-
Black Mirror episode?
yeah,
You know which one? Fucking game night.
That was the only one I liked out of that most recent
Of course,
season.
of course. Me and Jason.
All I wanted to do was watch that with every black comic I know. Just the two black guys when they start. That's the episode you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
With the game? Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
they go in the game and one's a woman, one's a guy. And they
yeah.
fuck
I just
in
wanted to
the
watch that with every black comic I know freaking the fuck out about these two black guys. What the fuck now?
Yeah, and then you decided it was safer to not have them into your home. I remember you texted me that.
Yeah.
I'll post it on our Facebook. No, I'm just playing. No, me and Jason, when the episode came out, we used to have a game night, and now it's podcast night.
Yeah.
Because the episode came out, I was like, nope, not playing Tekken anymore. I'm done.
We are
No.
done.
Yeah, turn Tekken into Taken. This dick.
But if you're a beautiful woman, though, that some of your shit is like unimpeachable. Or it's like if a beautiful woman's wearing a fedora, like it's like, oh, she's a free spirit. Like you just kind of get carte blanche to do whatever stupid thing.
I see the fedora, and I don't think free spirit. I think, oh, she's a bitch.
That's just your experiences with women in fedoras.
I've never had a good one with a chick in a fedora.
Because I can totally understand your impression of them as well, too. Yeah, I can see it. I mean, I've seen a lot of fedoras at, like, clubs and outings and on the river and beaches and stuff like that.
On the river?
Yeah.
Drill this bitch.
But the ones that I have known that have worn the fedoras mostly are the ones that I've seen in close proximity. Yeah, they were, like, dumb.
But it's just a
real
great,
dumb.
if you're a
bitches.
beautiful woman that like no one's like if I'm walking around in a fedora, it's within an hour someone's telling me I look like a douche. If you're a beautiful woman and you're walking around like that, you could just walk around like that and no one, and it's just like wow, that has a lot of spirit to it. Wow,
Yeah.
that's really
People lie, act like they like, oh, it's a cool hat. Where'd you get it?
That's the
Oh,
funniest
nice.
thing ever. If
Yeah,
you ever tell a
oh.
beautiful woman, if you ever call a beautiful woman a dummy, it's the funnest thing ever to just watch their reaction because it's just bizarre. Like they don't know how to.
Yeah.
Because it's like no one's saying things like that because it's, people are trying to fuck them.
Yeah.
Or what if you call them a douche?
And then if people do, they'll say bitch or something else. So dummy's just a weird one where it's like usually you're calling a toddler that.
Yeah.
Just
I
be
like to
you
use
fucking dummy.
I like to use dum dum instead of dumb.
Dum dum's
You
great.
fucking dum dum.
Yeah, dum dum.
Because it's like, is he playing or does he really think I'm a moron?
Yeah, dum dum's great.
What if you told the woman she looked like a douche when you're out?
I've done it before. Like, oh, that's a douchey hat.
Did it work?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it worked. It's like that book. The only book I ever tried to read was that dating one. The fucking guy that had that douchey show. Where he's teaching dudes to neg women. What was his name?
But I don't know.
Pickup artist.
The pickup artist. What was his fucking...
Mystery?
Mystery.
Yeah.
It was the art of the game or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I read like some of the pages and I was like, this is ridiculous. He's like, don't hit on the help. I'm like, those are people. Those are the girls I've ever dated were waitresses. Yeah.
You're in it for the long run with the waitress and the bartender.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, you got to neg them out and like kind of down them a little bit. And I'm like, it does work sometimes, but to a degree. You just walk over like, hey, what's up, you ugly bitch? You want to hang out? It doesn't work like that.
By the way, the real mystery is what he put in that drink.
Yeah. The real mystery is how he didn't get charged with anything. Do you have another topic for me, or do you have a joke that you've never done on stage before that you want to try to workshop or do now?
I mean, I can just give you another. You saw how much work I put into the first topic. I can give you another topic.
Yeah, you put in we were having a cigarette. You're like, oh yeah, cigarettes. You smoke, right? Yeah, cigarettes.
So sucking cock. Yeah.
That actually has to go with the joke that I haven't done on stage.
Yeah. All right, here. Let's.
So there we go.
But do you guys ever do this? This is a short one, but I'm trying to be more relatable. You know when you're like brushing your teeth in the mirror, and then you like turn the toothbrush and you brush your tongue. Do you ever catch a glimpse of yourself and make eye contact with you, and you think like, wow, like I'd probably be pretty good at sucking a dick, like really good. And then you go spit the toothpaste out, and there's like a little hanging from your lip, and you catch yourself again. You're like, little fucking slut. Make yourself one of those. Does that ever happen to you?
Yeah, but it wasn't a toothbrush.
Yeah, it was an actual cock.
Yeah.
He doesn't even kiss and tell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fucking
My mom's a religious listener to this podcast.
Yeah, no.
Play close to the chest.
My mom's a religious non-listener of this podcast.
Not after I send it to her.
So she probably would listen to it. She came to one of my shows once, and I was the host. And when you're hosting, you can't like do as dirty as like the feature or the headliner. And she brought a bunch like 6 or 7 70-year-old ladies and a few of her younger chicks from her job. And she told me before the show, she's like, "Do your dirtiest stuff. Do really bad." And I was like, "Why? You like used to throw away my beer even. That's illegal." And stuff like that. And she's like, "Just do your dirtiest stuff." And I was like, "Well, I can't." I still kind of crossed the line a little bit. Talked about coming in a horse. And I pointed out that my mom was here, and it's okay to laugh.
Just a little bit.
But yeah, it was just weird. She's super religious. But do you have
Catholic or
no Baptist? We were Catholic because my dad forced it, and when she
okay.
split with him, she went back to being Baptist.
your dad is Mexican?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Good thoughts. Anyways, did you want to do a joke, or do you want to move on, or?
I think I should have
You got anything new you haven't done on stage yet?
I've just been randomly
And while you're looking at
writing
that,
down ideas.
I was telling you about the episode of Sopranos. I just saw Jason there. Somebody said a street joke, and I don't want to take credit for it because I didn't write it. It's a street joke.
Sure.
But I'd never heard the street joke, and I thought it was fucking hilarious. Where he goes, a man brings home flowers to his wife, and as soon as he walks in the door, she goes, "Oh, great. What, you think now I'm going to spread my legs now?" And he goes, "Why, you don't have a vase?" I lost it. I'm also been alone for days.
Have you heard that one? Actually, you know what? I think it might have even been on an episode of Sopranos where I heard it. It's a farmer walks into the house, goes into his wife's room, and he's holding a pig under his arm, and he says, "This is the pig I've been fucking."
No.
I fucked it up. You're right. I fucked it up.
Yeah,
it's a hen.
it is Sopranos,
Yeah.
but yeah, he said
Yeah.
he's got a duck under his arm,
Yeah,
and he
that's
says, "This is the pig I've been fucking."
Yeah.
She goes, "That's a duck," and he goes, "I'm not talking to you." I think that's on that same episode.
Yeah.
That was a good one. Did you have a joke you wanted to do, or you want to move on?
It's I don't know. It's not fleshed out. It's just like a.
That's
idea
fine.
I
It's
had.
an open
But
mic.
But yeah, that with all this coronavirus stuff, who would have thought that the biggest problem with communist, totalitarian, authoritarian China is that they don't have enough regulation on their meat market? You know.
I don't know what a lot of those words were. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It just sounds like people in charge to me when I hear those words. Yeah. I don't know. I kind of would have guessed that they don't have much regulation. I mean,
Yeah, it's like it's a totalitarian. It's like they're rounding people up and putting them in jail for like making jokes about the government, and they're like, "Oh, you're eating bats, and you're putting the bats on the pangolins, and then there's other shit all over." Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Like they're not. You'd think they'd have a more intense. Like that we have more regulation around meat than the communist country does. It's weird.
yeah.
You know.
Well, they don't want to rule the meat. They want to rule the people. They don't give a shit about anything else.
Yeah.
Just my thought. I mean, they're so focused on control. Like China definitely, I think, and I'm talking out of my ass because I don't know shit about politics. But I know China is one of those countries that wants to have control, and they filter their internet. And there's things that like normal people can't see unless they like can do the '80s hacker thing and give me what you got, baby. You know, that other side of the wall for the internet. But yeah, why don't they have regulations on their meat? I mean, come on, bro. Fuck things up here.
Yeah, see, I don't think
Rocking
that's
the
going to
boat.
work because now it's just like, that's a good point.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a good point. It's just a good talking point.
It's like, hey, what's the problem? Why don't we have a stop sign on that street where everyone can? It's like, yeah, we probably should.
Yeah, it's like you're just putting it on someone's
Just give
radar if it
solutions.
wasn't already. You're like, you should regulate their meat a little bit more
Yeah.
out there.
Anything with meat you can get in your mouth, Tom. Jesus Christ. It just keeps going back to that.
You know, in the Times, a thing popped out. I don't know if you eat Smithfield bacon, but that's from China, I guess, and they had like an outbreak of like 300 people that work there. So FYI, probably stay away from
Smithfield, that's
Smithfield.
isn't that pre-cooked bacon that you just
Yeah, they make that. They make.
I think I just ate like a whole pack of that
Yeah.
yesterday. Just that is like what I had for a snack.
You help someone in cough in it. They
It's all right that you wiped your mouth with one of those masks from the shit floor in camp.
Yeah. I just put some more disease on it. Fights that disease. Now they're taking it out. And I just walk away.
that's how you mutate to the next level.
Yeah.
Oh, this is, by the way, if you're wanting something to justify the smoking a bit because apparently the smoking's bad with the corona if you end up getting it.
Yeah.
That I found out apparently some of the young people who've died from it is because their immune system was too strong, and the immune system is what killed them. So not the disease, but the immune system fighting it because it was so strong. So every time I'm smoking now, I'm just telling myself like I don't want it to be too strong. You know, so it's like I eat an apple and then I smoke a cigarette. It's like, all right, we got to balance things out.
Since you said apple earlier, were you just trying to think of some way to work apple back
Now I
in?
have a bag of apples. I always have one healthy food in my, like I'll just get a sack of apples and then I'll eat one of those every day, and then that's like my health food. So.
Is that? And didn't you tell me that's what you call your victims? A sack of apples? I'm the worst. This is over. I'm done. I quit. I'm sorry, y'all, that we did this. This is the last episode.
Was that part? Do you do that on stage? That what you just said? Do you say that? Or you just
About the cigarettes?
Yeah, about
No,
no.
I haven't.
Oh, that's funny. It was
What,
funny.
shit? Oh, okay.
It was funny.
There we go. We got
I thought it was funny.
Yeah,
Yeah, there you go. Spark something there.
If you would have done the redemption round with Make Jason Laugh, I would have given you a laugh. It was funny.
Yeah, and I thought it was terrible. But I'm your friend, and that's why I said that. So being honest.
What's the redemption zone?
No, it's like if you feel like you didn't do as well on the open mic, we give the option of redemption in the segment we call "Make Jason Laugh," and you tell a joke and we'll see.
Do I need to do that? I don't
Well,
know.
no,
I don't know what to
it's
compare
a
it
choice.
to.
It's up to you.
Where did I fall?
Well, you kind of just did it.
No, we basically,
Yeah.
it's evolved already into after just doing the open mic topics, you end up just doing any joke that you have.
It's evolved into Make Jason Come.
Well,
You had a lot of creative input, and you were like,
We
listen,
call-
I think we need to take this into a different
better be
direction.
real fucking funny. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
call the segment Jason Weinstein.
Yeah. Pump the brakes here, okay? Because it was funny. It wasn't like, it wasn't like chuckle out loud. It was, it made me snicker.
And now you see why I always just kind of go quickly into the next segment before the spark comes on. So, anyways, want to move on? We do some true crimes here. We'll talk a little bit about a story. How are we doing on time over there? What are we at?
We're right over an hour.
All right, let's do a story and then we'll fuck out of here.
Cool. All right. Well, I mentioned last week that we had something going on that just happened over Easter with some disgusting porn-filled Easter eggs.
Whoa.
And I said I'd talk about it this week. This April 6th just passed. An unwelcome Easter surprise in the mailbox of the Florida home of Jessica Nageldeers. So
Whoa, hold on. Say that name.
I'm surprised I nailed it the first time. Jennifer Nageldeer.
Nageldeer?
Nageldeer. Nageldeer.
Nageldeer.
Nageldeer.
It's one of those that if...
Whoa, don't say it so fast. It's hell bad when you say it fast. Say Nageldeer real fast.
Nageldeer. Yeah,
You
you
still-
really want to enunciate that.
Nageldeer.
Yeah. Say
Oh,
the-
I
yeah.
guess so. Hey, this Nageldeer over
Oh,
here.
you're just now realizing what it sounds like?
Yeah, that's one of those that, like if Joe Biden was like at an event where he's got to like shake a lady's hand, it's like, her name's Mrs. Nageldeer. We're going to have you call her Mrs. N, okay? This is Mrs. N, all right?
Call her Hun. How about you just call her Hun? Don't even use that.
Just give her a good shoulder rub, Joe.
So what's
I
going
just
on?
thought of I don't want to say it because it's too racist, and you can't have racist in both directions, but I just thought of a joke that's like 360 degrees of racism.
And
With
when
Nageldeer.
when everything opens back up, definitely do it.
Well, I gotta hear it now. What's the joke? Let's hear it. Real quick.
I'll tell you whenever we smoke a cigarette after this.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd workshop it probably a little bit.
Yeah, bounce it off. Some,
It's just silly, stupid. It's not even that funny. But
you gotta
it's-
bounce
it
it off
popped
some
into my
soft
head.
ears before.
Yes.
All right, so Miss Nageldeer.
All right. So earlier,
Hey, you're white. You need to say Nagel D, okay?
This-
You gotta drop that R.
earlier that day, Mrs. N, right? Yeah, her brother-in-law discovered a toy Easter egg in the family's mailbox, but what they found inside shocked them.
I always love the stories that start like that because it's like, no, it fucking didn't. Like,
They were shocked. They were shocked.
But he's like, I gotta sit down.
I can't believe it. So, quoted, the person who found it said, the last thing I'd expect to see opening this Easter egg was what I found inside. Pornographic pictures.
How big is this Easter egg? And who's the sweet person that left this present?
Well, Mrs. N, 31, told Oxygen it was just random and weird. Inside the egg, they found Skittles, a candy drink, goldfish crackers, a square of toilet paper, a tiny piece of paper that had religious writings, and then alongside a picture of a naked woman and two men having sex on the photograph.
So stuffing her like a Chinese finger trap.
Wait, is it the way I hear that naked woman and two men having sex is like they're having sex and she's just sitting off to the side like, I don't know, folks. They don't
To be
they don't
determined.
need me.
They're like two doctors just poking around in there. And she's just like, they said I needed it. It's financed.
I know that there's a picture of like the grouping of stuff, but I don't think it has the details of the pornographic picture.
We got to find that picture to post. But just think, hold on. Go back to cheese crackers.
Yeah, goldfish
fucking
crackers,
drink.
a square of toilet paper in this time.
It's all in one egg too.
Yeah.
That's to wipe your tears. You
Forget even how big is the egg. How big is the fucking mailbox? Like, this
Right.
is getting
Here you go, take a
ridiculous.
look.
I guess they crumpled everything up.
Yeah, it was all crumpled up. There's a picture that we're showing. I have a photograph.
Yeah. No, we'll post this picture on our Facebook and Instagram. But so somebody like it was it a porn star or just a random woman?
What was the question?
The woman that was being made airtight like a Ziploc, was she a porn star or was she a civilian? Just
I
a
thought you meant
regular-
Mrs. Nagel there.
Yeah,
I think you probably
Yeah,
get a
how
name
hot
change
is
in
this
here.
nagel?
Hey, Mrs. N. No, it
Bring
was.
that nagel here, Mrs.
No, I
Nagel,
think-
dear.
I think that this was pictures from probably like a porno magazine or something like that. They were cut out and put in. Yeah. So beneath the graphic images was an artistic rendition of a Roman soldier spearing Jesus Christ on the cross with the religious writings on it too. That was.
Do they say what the religious writings were?
Well, let's see. It was horrifying group sex stuff. It was disgusting. This is what Mrs. N said. Our concern was because we have 5 children that are in the neighborhood of the age of 10, and they check the mail pretty often.
They would just thought it was the new fucking Captain America.
Mrs. N, who's currently living with her sister's family, said they were also fearful the anonymous mailer could have been spreading COVID-19. So it kind of ties in.
But you still opened it, went through everything.
Of course they
fucking
did.
Dumb.
Of course they
See,
did.
it works so good right there, right?
You think they put gloves and shit on or no?
No, I bet they just opened it. It was like, gasp! Where's my fainting
They were
couch?
shocked.
She
Remember?
slowly fainted to the ground, and then someone came.
Call the Earl of Sussex.
And someone stood up, lit a cigarette, and said, "Stand back, give us some air."
It could have coronavirus on it.
Yeah.
A day earlier, the lady, Mrs. N, had recalled seeing a gray Honda cruise down the block. She saw a person get out and place something in her sister's mailbox, but didn't think anything of it. When the car reappeared on the block this week, she immediately called the authorities because it looked like they were showing back up to see what happened.
Call the cops because someone shows you a porn picture and gave you some candy crackers.
Well,
Jesus.
here's where it gets interesting. So, Abril Sestoni,
What is that a name or
that's a
cheese?
person's name.
Say that name again.
Abril Sestoni.
I'll take 2. Starving. That sounds like a nice brie appetizer with like the crackers and jelly and shit.
This person's 43 years old.
Brie de Sestoni.
This person was identified as the alleged messenger of the pornographic Easter eggs. Doesn't say he or she, so Abril Sestoni was arrested.
That sounds like a dude. Sounds like a scumbag.
Abril.
Yeah, he steals
Yeah,
stuff.
he's a stealer.
He's a stealer.
Yeah. Obviously, he likes sending porn to kids. He's a diddler.
Well, I mean, did it have an address? Like, was it attention to
Wait, what?
the children?
No, he just put
of
the
the
eggs.
Easter egg.
What
The
state
eggs.
So
is
the egg
it?
does say for the kids, or was it just an egg?
Does it say where it is?
Let's see.
But you're right, it is an Easter egg. and
This
it's
is
targeted
in-
for children.
Florida, of course.
Oh, that's just a Florida hello. He must have just moved into the neighborhood. Don't you remember when we lived there? We used to get all kinds of porn-filled eggs.
That among the least of things that.
Yeah. Hookers dripping peach juice down their face, walking around.
So it turned out that this guy had distributed 11 counts of disturbing, obscene material. There was in the neighborhood, he had delivered these eggs to other people. They had people go around and check their mailboxes, and he delivered this to everyone in the neighborhood.
Do you think that some of the kids got a hold of the porn pictures and started trading them like baseball cards?
I
Maybe.
feel like kids nowadays would get a hold of the porn picture and just it would be nothing to them.
Yeah,
Like they have the internet.
Yeah, they're like, I
Yeah.
have the Pornhub app.
Yeah.
You know, I
Why-
got my dad's credit card.
Why do they need a paper piece that has nudity on it?
Yeah, that's. But I mean, how else are you gonna put an egg? What are you gonna put a GIF in there?
Well, no, obviously not.
Well,
I need no.
I wonder if they still ate the candy. He's still eating the crackers. Like, it's fucked up, man.
So this guy admitted to delivering the eggs and the religious pamphlets, and he went on a homophobic rant about quantum and magnetic fields, sexually transmitted diseases, and the Bible before deputies arrested her.
Oh, so it was a woman.
It was a woman.
You know, it's funny because for some reason, I think it's just because I just watched the episode where they killed him, but I was picturing Big Pussy from Sopranos.
I was picturing like one of the.
Oh, Richie Aprile is who we should have been picturing.
Yeah,
Aprile,
yeah,
Aprile.
Aprile, Yeah, but what I was gonna say is, so it was a her, and you said that she went on a homophobic rant among those other topics.
Yeah, she was.
Was she homophobic against gay guys or ladies or both?
Well, she had a quote saying, "Why are we having gays teach in the class and in the church?" So that was.
Lady, you handed out porn to kids. That's why you're going to jail, not because people are gay.
She said they're basically rewriting Bibles. So let me ask you this: if they're rewriting Bibles,
She went on to say, "Why do we only have chocolate in Easter eggs? There needs to be more variety in our Easter egg."
if she's complaining about gays rewriting the Bibles, and why is she putting pornographic images in with kids with religious writings just to?
She's trying
You're
to
right.
stay
It's
safe.
almost like she might be mentally ill or something.
You know.
No.
The real crime when they arrested her, they charged her with not putting Reese's in Easter eggs. That's why she's going to jail.
Yeah.
I really thought I'd get more reaction.
But I do get a kick out of that. They always have these stories. They're almost billed as kind of like, you won't believe what happened. And then it's just, and it's like, this woman is like this it's like major schizophrenic fucking things going on here, you know? Like,
Well, let me ask you this.
This is the most tragic
I
figure
don't
in the
think
life of everyone who knows her.
I don't think she's
Gabriel.
schizophrenic. I think it's just that time of the month.
There's one more little piece to the story.
That's a joke. I thought you guys would.
One
Fuck
more.
you guys. What's the rest
Some
of the
things
story?
you just don't joke about, and apparently that's periods. I don't know. Everything else we
Period.
said is fine. But,
So the last little piece of the story is she admitted to the fact that she had unloaded about 1,000 religious pamphlets, and she got upset because she saw them all on the ground the next day when she continued through the area, and she wanted this to get some sort of national attention so she could bring a spotlight on her statement of saying that.
so she's not. She's actually not mentally ill. That's fucking amazing.
So she's okay with destroying the planet by handing out 1,000 paper pamphlets, but fuck, we got to kill these gays. We got to get them out of here. And we got to make sure to get rid of these gays so we can all die when this planet's over here shortly and the core of it heats up.
I gotta
We
tell
got
you,
too many pamphlets.
There's no better orgasm than the one that she had when she was finding those pictures. Because there's no better. Speaking of someone who used to be religious and isn't anymore, like when you think you're like killing Jesus with every stroke, it's fucking incredible. It's,
So you crucifix yourself?
oh fucking A, yeah. It's,
All right.
yeah.
Have you ever went for the autoerotic asphyxiation? Have you ever tried that?
It's yeah.
That's a yes. That's a yes. That's a fucking yes.
I've tried it, but I was never good with knots. You know.
Yeah.
I still tie my shoes the way they teach the
Yeah.
stupid kids how to tie them.
You tied it in a Windsor knot like you were going to the weirdest church event ever. I don't need to tie anything around my neck. I have asthma and I smoke, so I'm already.
Shit.
The rope is already there. Now. The rope is already tied around.
You're like autoerotic asphyxia. You mean coming? Just coming? Just regular coming? Yeah.
My life. Yeah.
All right, this is fun, man. Thanks for coming.
Yeah,
We're going to wrap it up. We're over an hour here. I appreciate you coming out, being here with us to do this episode.
I left some in your mailbox. So
thanks.
Keep
man.
an open mind. That's all I'm saying.
If it's paper porn, I'm gonna be pissed. Step up technology, bitch.
Should have dropped me a GIF in my mailbox.
Yeah. Drop a GIF in this gift. What was her name again?
Brielle Santino?
Sestoni.
Brielle Sestoni.
So no, it's a woman too, because I was thinking a Brielle Dick Sestoni, you know.
Yeah, I was thinking.
I didn't land either. So.
I was thinking it was like some
I'm purposely not laughing because you didn't laugh at my shit.
I was thinking it was like some guy from like Ecuador or something like that. It was like some little like young looking guy that's like just pervy or something like that. You know, kind of like our old landlord. Hey Carlos, if you're listening.
Fuck you, Carlos.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not listening.
No.
He don't listen to podcasts. He just rips people off and goes home. That's all he does. Yeah. Anyways, thanks.
He gave me some goldfish and pornographic pictures for free. I don't know.
Goldfish. I feel like he gave you actual goldfish and you still ate them. Dipped them in cheese dust.
Were these cooked all the way through?
Not at all.
Tell us where we can find you on social media.
I'm on Facebook.
Finally.
Yeah.
You just got your Facebook recently too, didn't you?
Yeah, pretty within the last couple months, I think. So, yeah.
Nice.
So, which thankfully, yeah, just in time because I get to see all of the amazing Corona things.
Yeah,
But
don't get me started. Yeah, that's Tom Murphy.
Turns out a lot of people miss the stage. Yeah.
Miss the stage. What do you mean?
I just keep seeing that on Facebook.
Miss
Everybody I missed the
Yeah, of course we're attention whores. That's why I started a podcast. That way I can talk over everybody here instead of with a microphone in front of. I don't have to go anywhere, basically.
I miss my girlfriend letting me cough at her. You know, like that's kind of my thing.
Just do it while she sleeps.
Yeah. That's my other thing. So yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Well, 2 in 1. Anyways, are you on Instagram?
Nah. I think technically I am because I think Gretcho.
Yeah.
I think I was at one of her mics once, and I think she literally just took a picture of me and made me an Instagram, and then was like, "Here's your password. You're on Instagram. You need to get on there." And then
so you're not.
I've never been on there. I don't.
Okay.
But apparently, there's a picture of me on there, and it says Tom Murphy. Fucking so. You can go check that out. That picture of me from I think Humperdinks, or no, what's the name of that place? Nobody cares. I
wanted to say nobody cares, but I'm glad you said it first because now it's not as mean. But nobody really cares.
Or ask
Nobody's-
me again if I'm on social media.
All 4 of my listeners have already texted me, and they're just like, "Hey, we don't care." Just now, and I was like, "Thanks, thanks for the."
Ask me again if I'm on
I was like,
social
"Oh,
media.
great, another group text, just what I fucking wanted." No, but yeah, you can find Tom on Facebook, Tom Murphy, spelled with a PH. You could also find him in alleys strangling people's cats. I'm just kidding. I don't know. You probably can't catch him. He's pretty wiry. But guys, follow, like, subscribe. You can find us on Facebook. Just search The Open Mic Podcast. Mike spelled like my name. As I said before, I'm a narcissist. Same on Instagram at The Open Mic Podcast. What's that Twitter handle, Jason?
That's going to be Open Mic 5000.
I like to include you in this part also. I can't remember that Twitter handle. Plus, I haven't tweeted. I think you and your wife are the only ones tweeting on that one. I haven't.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm so bad at tweeting, Twittering, whatever. But yeah, follow, like, subscribe. Still, if you guys have any special projects that's keeping you busy, send it to us. We'll post it. We'll talk about it. And thanks for listening to the show. Bye.